Even before he set foot on an NBA court with the type of game-changing talent that he has, I already expected Chet Holmgren to shock the NBA one way or another at some point in his rookie season. But what I actually didn't expect is that he would shock the league this early in his career, as last night, in just his second official NBA game in an OKC Thunder win against the Cleveland Cavaliers, Holmgren registered an impressive 16-point and 13-rebound stat line while shooting 56% from the field and 75% from the three-point line, together with a mind-blowing 7 blocks in total, which now enters the OKC Thunder record books as the most blocks recorded in a game by an OKC rookie, ahead of Serge Ibaka's 5 blocks during the 2009 season. Well, credit goes to team superstar Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Lu Dort, who combined for 59 points in the game and who both made big shots down the stretch to trim down a 10-point lead by the Cavs late in the fourth quarter. But then here, in what was probably the most crucial possession for OKC with 1:10 remaining and with the Cavs up by 3 points, you can see Shai pushing the ball in early offense, advancing the ball to J-Dub down court. Then J-Dub seemingly wants to target Evan Mobley, but this is actually a setup for the trailing Chet Holmgren, who's now pretty much wide open as he knocks down the game-tying three-pointer. Overall, in this win against Cleveland, Chet actually recorded a +6 efficiency, which was the best among all players from the Thunder starting lineup. And I know it's too early in the season for Rookie of the Year buzz, but as a Thunder fan in this video, I just want to take time to appreciate the flashes that Chet Holmgren's been showing on the floor so far. So what's good, everyone? It's Real Balls here, but before we continue, if you guys happen to enjoy this video, please do me a favor by hitting that like button. It only takes a second of your time, but it will be much appreciated. So let's get to it. Last season, 6'11" Cavs big man Evan Mobley recorded a total of 215 dunks, which was the most in the entire NBA, which wasn't surprising at all considering his size, length, and overall athleticism. Whenever Mobley gets within 5 feet of the basket, whether it be off a lob pass or when he attacks the rim in transition, it's almost automatic that he's gonna get an easy bucket. But during last night's game between the Cavs and the Thunder, out of all the 7 shot attempts that he took while he was guarded by Chet Holmgren, Mobley only made 1 field goal. And overall, 3 of Chet's 7 blocks in the game actually came against Mobley. I don't think there really are a lot of other bigs who could flat out deny Mobley at the rim the way Chet did in this game. Here, you can see Mobley trying to run a one-man fast break. Watch him with the change of pace as he approaches Chet, but also watch Chet walling him off completely with length and verticality before straight up blocking him at the rim. Then this time, you can see Chet as the drop coverage defender. He initially tries to ice Donovan Mitchell with Lu Dort, but when Mitchell gets the ball to Mobley, watch Chet flip his hip as he rushes to the paint and just holds his balance against Mobley's spin before finally erasing his shot up top. Well, this was actually initially called a foul on Chet, but Coach Daigneault challenged the call and the foul was later overturned as a legitimate block. Well, overall, these types of blocks that Chet gets out of one-on-one situations are really impressive, but actually, I think the most impactful ones that he makes are those that he gets when he's acting as a weak side helper, simply because those help side blocks really display how capable Chet is of being the Thunder's last line of defense in every situation, especially in those rare instances when OKC's perimeter defenders lose a step. Just like here, off this inbound play, you can see Chet initially denying Mobley from getting the ball, so now the play starts with Caris LeVert at the wing, and as he blows by Aaron Wiggins, watch how Chet moves away from Mobley a bit to meet LeVert with a block at the rim as Chet eventually secures the possession for OKC himself. Then right here, as Donovan Mitchell is trapped at the point of attack, he gives up the ball to Caris LeVert. Now LeVert attacks the open driving lane and he gets to fake his way in against Giddey and J-Dub, but Chet is there to provide the last line of defense as he blocks LeVert and keeps the ball in play for OKC. But aside from what he's shown on defense so far, as expected, Chet has also looked like the perfect big man for the space and pace 5-out offense that OKC loves to run, which has been evident with his 3-point shooting ability. Well, the thing is, last season, all of the Thunder's rotation big men have been able to function as floor spacers to some degree, as J. Will, Poku, and JRE all average at least 2 3-point attempts per game, which to be fair is solid volume for a big man. J. Will in particular was the most efficient shooter among those guys with his more than 40% mark from behind the arc last season. Overall, having those bigs who are at least capable of taking 3-pointers is one of the biggest reasons why OKC still ranked 12th in 3-point attempts last season, despite their number 1 option in Shai only taking 2.5 3-pointers per game. But now, add a guy like Chet, who joined OKC already having produced both high volume and high efficiency 3-point numbers in college, and the equation changes for the Thunder altogether. Chet was already a solid 39% 3-point shooter on more than 3 attempts per game during his one season at Gonzaga, and so far, beginning from the preseason up to his first couple of official NBA games, it looks like Chet's sweet shooting stroke hasn't had any problems translating to the NBA. As in the preseason, Chet converted 50% of his three-pointers on 3 attempts per game, and so far, after his first 2 regular season games, he's made 5 out of 7 from behind the arc, which stands at 71%. Well, sure, it's based on a small sample size, and his ridiculously over-the-top numbers from deep are definitely bound to go down a bit as the season goes on, but I think what you gotta love about what he's doing in OKC so far is that Chet's actually not forcing anything, and he's not necessarily looking for his shot. There are no crazy pull-up threes, and you can see that he just gets into the flow of the offense by waiting for his teammates to set him up for open looks. Just like here, Giddey brings the ball down court in early offense, and even before he passes the ball to Chet, watch J-Dub already setting a pin-down screen against Evan Mobley. Mobley can't get to Chet in time, giving him the wide open window to easily hit the three-pointer. Then here, against the Bulls, you can see Shai running a classic ball screen play with Chet. Right at the level of the screen, Chet quickly pops out to the three-point line and gets to his shooting motion, as Andre Drummond isn't able to bother him with the late contest. Well, if Chet maintains this kind of three-point shooting efficiency, I think sooner or later, if you're OKC, you should expect opposing teams to close out earlier on Chet or even place quicker wing defenders on him. Good thing is, right now, it seems like Chet is already starting to display counters against those types of closeouts at the NBA level, thanks to his mobility, size, and some solid juice off the dribble. Just like here, as Chet receives the ball on the wing, he already anticipates the closeout by Nikola Vucevic, and with the help of the back screen from Shai, Chet drives wide to the paint, and even with the contact from Zach LaVine, he gets to finish the end one. Then this time, Chet is at the top of the key and he's picked up by the quicker Karis LeVert. Watch Chet hit him with a 1-2 cross before just using his size to bully his way into the lane for the easy finish. But obviously, despite him looking already quite impressive on both ends of the floor for a guy his size and age, Chet is still definitely a work in progress. Obviously, on defense, the hope is that he gains more strength and develops more of his balance for him to become a more imposing NBA-level defensive anchor, while on offense, the hope is that he develops into a full-blown shot creator who could share more of the shot-making burden with SGA sooner rather than later. But again, looking at it, if Chet's already displaying this kind of two-way on-court impact for OKC just a couple of games into his NBA career, already being able to score with double digits while being the team's fourth scoring option, and already looking like an all-defense first-team guy on the other end, just imagine how scary it would be for the rest of the NBA to witness how he would look like after game number 82 of the regular season. So thank you guys if you've actually made it this far into the video, but what are your actual predictions about Chet Holmgren's rookie season with the OKC Thunder? Feel free to drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and again, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing as well. Again, this has been Rero Balls, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.